Stephen here once again, London in the UK, out in the garden, sun's out, might get a bit of glare, I can't seem to get it right and stop the glare, I'm not sure what me and technology don't sit well together. Any road up, I thought I'd show you my second, following on from last night, my second Ukrainian pear wood pipe that I bought. This one's a bit more unusual, so maybe a bit more of an acquired taste, but I like it. And here we are. It's a sitter. It's got this sort of yellow stain to it with a bit of rustication around there and around the rim of the bowl. Once again, it's a 9mm filter. And it's a smaller bowl, this one, not as big as the Tomahawk that I was smoking last night, but I knew that before I bought it. I wanted a smaller bowl for certain tobaccos and a quicker smoking. So here it is. Let's light it up. Once again, stem's not great quality, but yeah, for that price, you can't complain. Smoking in it. Some of my Revor plug. Oh. Smoking reduces fertility. I'm not worried. I've done my bit as far as that's concerned. Nice. Love the tobacco, of course, but the pipe even. Smokes really well. It's got a very open draw even with the filter in place. Yep, once again, only complaint is the stem. Cheap old plastic and a bit too thick up there. But other than that, great stuff. And I'll probably be buying more. There was one that I wanted to get, but it was out of stock and they're not getting any more until August. So hopefully I'll pick one up then and show it to you when I do. Glare. Think of it as special effects. Cheers. Anyway, I'm going to say a great deal else. But those of you that watched my video the other week where I was moaning about my health problems and getting the checks done and whatever, well, I've received the results of one thing anyway, and it's good news. I've got this mole on my arm and I didn't really notice it until it started itching, and it had obviously grown a lot bigger over the past year without me even thinking about it. And I went and got it checked out. I had to go and see a dermatologist, and it's non-cancerous. Thank you. I'm sure he appreciates it anyway. Who else would walk him and feed him? Yeah, it's a seborrheic keratosis, I think. But anyway, apparently they look like cancer, but they're not cancer. Which is good news. So I got all the all clear on that. That's one off the list. Because I get a bit nervous about skin cancer because I know 2 people who have had very narrow escape with it. And what a lot of people often don't realise is it's not so much the damage you're doing now, it's damage you may have done years and years and years ago, which is sitting down there in the lower layers of skin just waiting to manifest itself. And I got very, very seriously sunburned in my early 20s. I've mentioned in a previous video that when I was 23 in 1979, I went out to stay with my sister in the States, in LA to be exact. And me and my sister that lived in this country, my other sister, we went out to stay for a month. I'd never been out of the country before. My pale English skin had never been exposed to serious sunlight before. And we were going out to LA in June/July. Now, not being entire novices, we went and prepared ourselves. And we bought, and sun protection factor stuff was only really just making an appearance then. We went and bought a big bottle of Hawaiian Tropic suntan oil. Not cream, milk, whatever, lotion, oil. And it was sun protection factor 2. I thought, I hope I'm still going to be able to tan. Now we took that out with us. And there was me hoping to get a bit of an exotic foreign tan. And my sister that lived in the States had this thing. I mean, you know when you're sunbathing you often get those annoying pale white bits, or very much paler bits down the side of your body because the sun doesn't get them when you're lying on your back or your front. And she had these things, NASA technology, that was supposed to get rid of that problem. They looked like a big bit of foil, tin foil, aluminium foil, but the idea was that they reflected the UV up the sides of your body so you could lie on your back or your front and still get the sides tanned. So me, never having been abroad before, I went over to LA. Coated myself in sun protection factor 2 Hawaiian Tropic oil. I took my foil mat and I went and lay out in the back garden in the midday sun in LA in July. I'm sure you can imagine how that went. I fried. Really fried. All it needed... Shut up. All it needed was for someone to come out with a spoon and baste me. That would have completed the picture. I absolutely cooked. My skin went the deepest crimson. It was so painful. I ended up having to stand in my sister's bathroom while both my sisters hosed me down with tins of Solacane, which is like a spray local anaesthetic for sunburn. And it didn't end there. A few days later we went down to, I can't remember if it's Marine World, Sea World or whatever. I mean, my sister lived in Encino at the time, and I do remember it was quite a long drive. And we all piled into, well, most of us, me included, piled into her friend's big American convertible, you know, one of those gigantic old American cars. And I sat in the back and we cruised down the freeway and I thought I was living the dream. Wind in my hair, difficult to imagine now, I know. Wind in my hair, cruising down the freeway in the California sunshine. My head got completely boiled, so that was bad. And then about halfway through the holiday we went down for a long weekend to across the border into Mexico, down to Baja California, I think. Basically where all the Americans, the Californians under 25 used to go across so they could have a drink. Excuse me. And I got cooked down there as well. absolutely cuts. I remember I ended up sitting with face cloths soaked in cold water and draped on my arms and legs. So yeah, that wasn't good, and that must have done God knows how much damage. And I've never been keen on sunbathing since. I've done it, but I've always, kept it to the bare minimum and coated myself in maximum protection factor. That was a terrible, terrible experience. And so that's what worries me. But, you can spend your life worrying, can't you? I think there's someone commented under my last video where I was moaning about my health thing. I can't remember the exact saying, but it was something like, worry is the interest you pay on a debt that you may not owe. That's fantastic. So whoever you were, I love that. Yeah, really. It's the right attitude to have. Bit more glare. Another success with the pipe. I like it. I have no regrets about spending the money. When you hold these pipes, you can tell that they're not fantastic quality. I mean, they're fairly lightweight. But, for £13, I don't know if I said last night, I mean, I'd love to have a Savinelli, I'd love to have an artisan pipe. Some of those artisan pipes I just drool over on the web. Absolutely beautiful things. But that's something for the future. Anyway, I'm going to cut it short now. The sun, as you can probably tell, is a bit intermittent. There's some pretty black clouds coming over as well, so who knows what's going to happen. Thank you for joining me, everyone, and thanks for watching all my videos. I really appreciate it. I love doing this, and I'll be honest with you, if I had my way, I would just go on and on and on and on and on. I could do 30, 45-minute videos, but no one's going to want to watch that. But I really enjoy it, and I really appreciate your support. And if I don't get round to making many comments on your videos at the moment, it's because I just seem to keep on developing a huge backlog of stuff to watch, and but I do watch them, I don't always comment, and I do really, really appreciate you watching mine. So that's it for this weekend, everyone. Got my daughter coming tomorrow, so I won't be doing a video then. But see you again in a week's time. Prost. Bye bye all.